Welcome to 5 and 5 with Miller and Mango, your go-to source for all things finance with a twist of culture infused into every episode. Join your hosts, seasoned financial professional Miller and marketing maverick Mango, as they discuss 5 of the latest market and cultural trends and help you instill common sense into the ever-changing landscape of finance, all within 5 minutes. It's time to dive into the numbers, unravel market mysteries, and discover the strategies that matter. Welcome to 5 and 5 with Miller and Mango.
Hello and welcome to 5 and 5 with Miller and Mango. I'm your host, Mike Manganello, my co-host, Miller Hoffman.
How we doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
I am well. I'm excited for the organization here for today's 5 and 5. Can you tell the audience a little bit about it?
Yeah, we're going to change it up. We have a couple more episodes for season 1. We are trying a new format to see what sticks. We do have some potential excitement for a road show coming up soon, which hopefully we could share. But for today, I wanted to for us to show off our expertise, I'll say, Miller.
Yeah.
So I went to the interwebs to pull up the 5 most common questions for basketball for both of us. I'll start with you.
Go for it.
Number 1, how can you help me create a comprehensive financial plan?
One of the phrases in the industry that is so misunderstood or so abused by a lot of people, and very few, in my opinion, are doing it the right way. But of course, I'm biased. When it comes to a comprehensive financial plan, I use a 3-step process. 1 is a fit meeting. Where are you in your life? What do you find important? What are you scared of, or what causes you some anxiety when push comes to shove? Moving forward after that is beginning to gather data from you, not just quantitative, like account statements, tax returns, that kind of thing, but more so the qualitative side. What has your story been when it comes to finances? Again, what kind of things worry you, or what is coming down the pike in your financial life to plan around? Of course, the formal brief, or hey, here's our advice and here's our plan how to get there. Along with really step 4 is how can we stick to that plan as best as possible. Planning is great, Mango, but sticking to the plan is even better. Yep. So that's how I create one.
You do a really good job at it.
Thanks.
2, what strategies do you recommend for retirement planning and saving?
The last word there says it all. Save. I think it's so overlooked. Naturally, the investments are the sexy part, right? It gets all the attention. What to buy, what to sell, what's going up, what's going down. But simply saving, which is something within your sphere of influence, naturally changes the way that you approach, your finances and investments. And for bonus points, if you can automate those savings, just have it be taken out of your check, fund your 401k, or push it over to another brokerage company or investment advisor, something like that. Even better. You'd be amazed about what you saved over time if you just simply automate, like you never even had it in the first place.
Yeah, there's innovative ways to save, and like we say on probably most shows, it's never too late to start saving.
That's true. Yep, earlier the better, but never too late.
How do you approach investment management and risk assessment?
The balance I like to find is having your money work for you while you sleep, but not keep you up at night. If we can find a good balance of those two, you're going to be in great shape, along with setting realistic expectations. Your cousin's brother's uncle is always going to lie to you about what his or her performance has been. Really set realistic expectations. Is it realistic for you to get 50% every year? It's probably not.
Yep.
Look at historical averages. What is your advisor or planner telling you? That's probably the more realistic way to go about it.
And I think your approach of getting, if it's a couple, both couples on board versus one kind of dedicating what that risk assessment is really important.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to have active members in the household to create a true plan for a couple's future. It's not just one-sided. That's right.
Number 4, what is our fee structure, and how are we compensated?
So we mainly use 2 fee structures, and of which there are many in the industry, but probably the most popular right now is the assets under management model. We take a percentage of the dollars that you have invested with us. While that's not the perfect way to charge in every single example, it is one of the more clear ways that we explain, and it's kind of the typical lingo You may have heard of "we do better when you do better." So aligning interest, I think, is a clear way that the AUM model makes a lot of sense. But we also do offer a flat fee option. You pay us a flat dollar figure, regardless of the amount of money you may or may not have, and you still get access to really good planning and people who are on your side. So commission is still out there. A lot of people operate on commission, or they get kickbacks from the products that they sell. We don't entertain those two at all. We think those are pretty rife with
I feel like
conflicts of
having
interest.
options is important depending on where you are financially and life stage as well.
Definitely,
So
100%.
the more options, the better.
Absolutely.
And lastly, probably a common question that you get or we get here at TradeWinds. Can you help me with tax planning and optimizing my tax situation?
In the TradeWinds world, the answer is yes, absolutely. Now, out in the industry, a lot of people are scared of the T word, especially even investment professionals. Depending on the company that they are representing or working for, they are strictly coached or told do not make comments on taxes, especially giving tax advice. And by the way, just looking at tax efficiency within a portfolio is just one small way of tax planning. There is an entire world out there that you should expect from your financial professional to be able to speak to and give you advice on, of course, if they are licensed and credentialed to do so. So in the TradeWinds world, yes, and certainly going to get better towards that goal. But yeah, I mean, taxes are a big part. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
And there we go from our expert. Great job, Miller.
Absolutely. Well, let's flip the script on you here, Mike. So I have 5 questions for you as someone experienced in the marketing world. So I want you to take these and run with it. Just as you think of marketing strategy, I mean, in your experience, what are key components? How do you go from nothing to building something and making it successful?
I would say everything that we do from a marketing standpoint starts with research. So it's really understanding what the your company's goals are, what are your objectives, and how are you going to measure them. So once you're researching, you're building that concrete strategy that you get buy-in from every member on that leadership team, so they fully understand what you're trying to do and how you're trying to market to them. And then at the end of the day, I would say it's also knowing your target market, knowing your clients, understanding what they want to receive from you is really important.
Got it. So getting leadership buy-in from the top down and then making sure your actual target audience is being heard.
Yep.
Excellent. Typical in the finance world, we like to put $1 in and expect $2 out. That's a little tough to do with a lot of marketing campaigns. How do you measure whether it's a big success or every once in a while there's a flop in there? How do you measure that?
Well, I'll kind of flip it on the way you build a comprehensive financial plan. I look at it as a qualitative and quantitative measurements at each channel that we're marketing to. So it's really figuring out what are some of those metrics that you can measure, but also metrics that you might not be able to measure as well, but then not only measuring and seeing where they go throughout the time, but able to optimize to which channel is working better than the other.
Got it. The day and age of the newspapers advertisements probably out of date for the vast majority of companies.
Yes.
But talk to us about digital marketing. How do you leverage that? How do other people leverage it in the world?
I'm going to use some of these buzzwords that people probably have heard of, but it's being able to have to figure out AI, right? And I'm not saying AI is going to take over your job, but it'll make your job easier. It's figuring out tools that allow you to personalize your marketing message to that segmented market, as well as building out your product tech stack that allows you to have these integrations in all in one. So it's about saving time and having the ability to work within one place that allows you to have that creative output into multiple places.
Got it. Well, in order to market in the first place, you have to have an audience or an intended recipient of said marketing. How do you start targeting those people, and how do you even define who to go after in the first place?
Yeah, there's a lot of tools out there that allow you to really hone in on who is your key audience, as well as I would say one of the things that we do over here, and which Miller actually started, was a client advisory board. So it's really understanding who are your current clients, what do they want to hear, what do they want to receive, and building your marketing around that.
Excellent. And last but not least, I mean, walk me through, I mean, brand presence across, I mean, everything you do from a marketing perspective. How do you approach that? How do you find balance?
So once you do have that overarching marketing strategy in line, you want to have objectives and goals for each channel that you put out there, because each channel is meant to do something different. So for example, the things that we produce from this podcast has different metrics of success than if we were to put something on YouTube. People consume media in different ways, so it's making sure that we are putting together the correct content in the way people are meant to consume that type of media.
Excellent.
Yep.
Well, I can wrap us up for today. Thank you all for listening. As always, feedback is always warranted, and we'd like to know your thoughts. We're trying different ideas, different topics, or different ways to structure 5 and 5. So we appreciate your listenership. And without further ado, everyone have a great day. Thanks,
Have a good day.
TradeWinds LLC is an investment advisory firm that is registered with the Securities Exchange Commission. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training. TradeWinds will not accept trade offers online, and any such request, orders, or instructions that you send will not be accepted and will not be processed. This presentation has been provided for informational purposes only and is not intended as legal, tax, or investment advice or a recommendation of any particular security or strategy. The investment strategy and themes discussed herein may be unsuitable for investors depending on their specific investment objectives and financial situation. Information obtained from third-party sources is believed to be reliable, though its accuracy is not guaranteed. Opinions expressed in this commentary reflect subjective judgments of the author based on conditions at the time of the publication and are subject to change without notice. Past performance is not indicative of future results.